Well, hello internets, here we are. Have ourselves a little bit of a online package video. As you see here by this photo, we have a few packages to unbox. Some are items for upcoming projects, some are items that will be used next season, and others are items for Christmas gifts and things like that. So another item up here is a wonderful box. This one here comes from, well, the big Amazon, kind of like the other ones do. I seem to have misplaced my knife, so I am using scissors. Open her up. Big box with little bubble packets. Some of them are partly flat or underflated already. Apron. And we have ourselves something in here. Looks like maybe a shirt or so. It says Big Hoss, make you happy, bighoss.com. Once again, not sponsored. I bought this with my own money. And once again, we got one of these little zippy zipper kind of bags. These things, I may have to hang on to these bags because I bet you they have other uses a person can use them for. Got ourselves a beautiful navy kind of dark blue color. I was trying to go for a tan, however, when I got around to ordering it, the tan ones were sold out. And it was either pink or navy blue. And well, I chose navy blue because, well, nothing against pink, but navy blue is more of my color. So we'll unfold her and see what it is. On the back side we have a Big Hoss tag, a couple of straps. You can probably guess what it is. On the front side we got a couple of pockets, one pocket here, one pocket here. Got ourselves an apron. Now I've picked myself up a little bit of a hobby over the last few years where I do painting and such. And when I do painting and such, sometimes it gets a little bit messy. This apron keeps the paint off of my clothes and well as gives you pockets to keep paintbrushes at a close reach or so. I did some digging locally as well as online, couldn't find what I was looking for. I came across this listing for these Big Hoss aprons. The measurements do line up for my use. I well, clicked the button, ordered it on, sent her my way, and here we are. So first up we have ourselves a big white envelope here. This envelope looks like it may have been through a little bit of a rough stretch. I'm hoping that everything is still inside, hasn't been lost in transit or so. But let's cut her on open and see what we have. Reaching on in, pulling on out, don't see any loose items. I have no idea if there's any missing items because, well, it doesn't really say. We have a 5-piece acrylic pouring set here. These I've seen used in sinks for sink strainers, as well as I've seen them used as used in acrylic pouring and other things. They call this a 5-piece, so we will see if all 5 pieces are here. Well, all 5 pieces are here, so it doesn't look like anything is missing. Once again, these are commonly used as sink strainers. However, when you're doing acrylic pouring, you can will dump your paint through them, and sometimes it creates an interesting pattern for the paint to flow on out. If you want to do a little bit of a controlled pour, you pour your paint in here and you can do a little bit of a pattern on the canvas before you start doing your tilting. It'll be interesting to use these items and see how well or how easily they work, how well they are to use, and what kind of designs a person can get from them when they get to that point. And another one here, one of those big Amazon type things. When you hold it up to the light, looks like there's something small inside a large envelope, so it's fairly thin, so hopefully we don't cut into it. Reaching in, pulling her out, we got some stencils. Yeah, I know, stencils, real artists don't use stencils, but hey, I'm not a real artist. We got ourselves a media stencils for mixed media layering, one piece. These are hexagonal kind of patterns. You lay over top the canvas, do a quick round with a brush. They're supposed to leave kind of the hexagonal pattern behind. The second one is some tree stencils. One thing I will say is they're a little thinner than I would hope they to be. However, you know, they're just stencils. You don't really put the paint on thick. You can always brush touch if you want the paint a little bit thicker and go from there. We got ourselves another manila envelope here. Something a little thicker in here. Reaching in, pulling her out. And we got some more stencils. These stencils are sort of what the thickness I was hoping the other ones to be. They're a thicker plastic. Have ourselves a nice flower pattern. And we look like we got ourselves two. It says 3 on here individually wrapped, but there looks to be 2 of the identical same stencil in this here bag. I guess, hey, you know, whatever, right? If you're painting and you get one that's already paint and you want to do another color of butterfly or so, then you've got another stencil to use that. This one here, in all due honesty, I opened this one already because I was kind of excited to see it. We got ourselves a eagle kind of stencil here for furniture, glass, wood, etc. Please do not fold or bend. Looks like we got ourselves a little bit of a Christmas holly kind of bow here. How to stencil. Attach stencil to surface with low tack spray glue. If the stencil is very large, thick, or heavy, painter's tape on the corners as well. Dip brush or sponge into paint, wipe off most of it onto kitchen paper. I'm assuming paper towel or so. Using too much paint will cause the edge of the stencil to be ragged, or the paint might bleed down the stencil. Essentially, you put it on very, very thin, and then you get the results you're hopefully looking for. Clean up frequently with soapy water to prevent buildup, kind of like how you do with your other stuff, and away you go. So we have ourselves a big white envelope here, something protected in bubble wrap, thin. You can probably guess what it is based on the previous items. But what is it of? Even I don't know. Reaching inside, pulling out the item. Have ourselves a beautiful purple stencil. Looks like it's been creased here. Actually, it's broke. If you can look here, it's actually broke. So somewhere in its shipping, it's been crushed, obviously, by our wonderful shipping company and damaged. That's nice. Should be able to put some tape on there and then I use it. There's also a breakdown here, which is not too nice, but you know, once again, that kind of thing happens in shipping. So moving on to another item. Once again, in a manila kind of packaging, bubble wrap, hopefully a little better shape than the last one. Reach in, pull her out, looking for anything else, discard invoice or whatever it is. We have ourselves what looks to be an old truck, possibly Chevy, with little sideboards, kind of a farm truck, something for upcoming kind of craft season. Looks like it's covered in frost or snow, but you know, it is what it is. Well, interesting to use this along with some of the other stencils that I have. See what creations I can come up with. So the next one here feels like a thicker stencil in a white bag. Now, if this is the one that I think it is, the online reviews were a little mixed on it. Probably should have read the reviews before I bought it. However, you know, it kind of is what it is when you are a little impulsive. This one here is Happy Camper, Let's Go Explore, Home is Where You Park It, kind of three-piece stencils. They're held together with staples. Sort of similar, thicker kind of plastic like the other ones we looked at were. We got Happy Camper and a picture of an RV. Shows up nice on the black background. We have another one that says Campsite. Got a picture of a tent, fire, a tree stump, some trees. You can use these stencils either one piece or just you know, pieces of it here and there if you choose. Let's Go Explore, Home is Where You Park It. Some of the online reviews said that sometimes they're stamped and the lettering is not straight. Sometimes they're stamped and the lettering is cut off, like missing an R or whatever. But upon first glance, all three of these stencils look like they're in reasonable shape. But this has been a online packaging unboxing video. We unboxed quite a few items in this here video. Not 100% sure if I'm gonna make it all into one giant video or two separate ones. But I guess this is it. Here we are. If you made it this part in the video, thank you very much. And as always, thanks for watching. Maxwell's World, comment, subscribe, and enjoy.